To give you an example of how companies can be better with the digital thread, I want to talk about a company called CDM Smith Global. It's a large construction company. They build hydroelectric plants and water treatment plants and large transportation systems, big complex projects that if you get something wrong, it can have catastrophic problems. So years and years ago, CDM Smith went from drawing on paper to drawing with 3D CAD systems. And that was great for the design process. We could visualize better. We could know how the parts were going to fit together better. But they didn't stop there, because from those 3D systems, they often then went to 2D for the construction process, which is their version of manufacturing, or 2D for working with suppliers to order the parts and these kinds of things. So the next thing they did is they went and they said, well, how can we think differently about getting that 3D available so when we're constructing, we can look at it? That gives you a better idea of what the thing's supposed to look like from all angles and work. But that's just part of it also. Throughout the process, there are specialists and there are models in a zillion different things around this company. Think about the expert and their models that know all about water flow. So when you're designing a sewer system, you can model that the right way. Or the person who knows about solar heating on large concrete objects. Or the person who knows about drainage. So if you're designing a landfill, you hope that it's going to drain in the right places and not drain the places you don't want it to go. They are the best in the world at what they do, but their knowledge needs to get to other places. And the way that they did it, phone calls, meetings, these kinds of things, because their models worked in their own little world. What CDM Smith has said is now that the 3D artifact, the CAD system, is the single source of truth, and everything else integrates to it. So now when I'm designing, I don't need to call the designer and say, hey, can you spend a week or two thinking about this and let me know? Their models for drainage or for solar heating plug right in there. And then they can be the expertise on top of that rather than spending time integrating. It makes it more efficient, it makes it better, it makes it easier to do trade-offs. But what else can you do? Well, now we move to the construction process. I talked about how 3D moves into 3D construction so we know where things are going. Well, now that we've got this stuff out there, why not fly a drone around and figure out whether we've put that wall in the right way? Or figure out whether the parts are oriented the way that they should be early, because we can compare what the drone sees to what the design is supposed to have, fix any problems before they get big. But then let's keep on going. If we embed the right sensors in that process, then as those objects are in operation, they can be telling us how they're performing. And with the right modeling, the right comparing as is to as designed, we can then start to say when something's getting out of tolerance or when it's going to fail soon so we can get in and do maintenance on it. Not maintenance based on it's been a certain number of years, but maintenance on these are the conditions it's facing right now. We're doing it at the right time. This is the kind of change that becomes enabled with the digital thread because you have a single source of truth, because you have the models connected, and because the experts and the people working throughout the process know how to connect with that thread. Everybody does a better job. The trade-offs can happen across processes better, and it's better for the company, it's better for the product, it's better for the customers, and it's better for the people working in that company.